pentane kanina. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pero, meron siyang mga sanga-sanga. Kung makikita mo yung mga sanga-sanga niya, tatlo, no? Isa sa taas, tapos dalawa sa baba, dito sa structure niya, no? So, in total, 8 pa rin. No? Kaya, pero, ang tawag sa kanya ay isooctane or 224 trimethyl pentane. Hindi na tayo mag-nomenclature. Anyway, just illustrating yan. Ang sabi dito, nakaka-improve siya ng combustion performance. Okay, so gumaganda yung ano niya, yung combustion niya kapag molecularly yung sa structure may effect sa combustion characteristics. So ganun yung chemistry kasi niya. Okay. And then ano pa yung naapektuhan? Yung boiling point. Kung makikita niyo yung boiling point, mas mataas yung straight kaysa doon sa branch. So naapektuhan din even the boiling point. Okay, so marami pang mga examples. Ayan, pinapakita natin dyan sa baba. Yan, yung normal octane, isooctane, mga ano yan, other way of representing the structure of a hydrocarbon. Pwedeng, kagaya sa taas na naka-formula structure, or dyan sa baba na naka-skeletal structure. Kasi parang stick lang, stick diagrams lang. Skeletal structure ang tawag naman dyan. Ano pareho lang din naman. Okay? Yung 0, yung sinasabi na 7, ayan, nasa lower right, no? N-heptane. Straight chain din siya. Okay? Pero 7 lang yung carbon. Yan yung 0, yung octane rating. Okay? So, pag pinaghalo-halo mo yun, makukuha mo yung ratio, at alam mo yung ratio nila, essentially, yun yung equivalent na octane rating. Okay, now there are two terms that we use to check, no, or characterize yung octane rating. Meron motor octane rating or MON or MON, and then we also have RON or research octane number, no, or RON. So, MON versus RON. Anong difference? Yung RON is under mild conditions. Okay, so, under mild conditions or under normal road conditions. Normal road performance. That's for research octane number. So, ibig sabihin, mga ano to, mga lower RPM. No? Mga takbong chubby lang. Yan. For MON or motor octane number, this one is under severe conditions. No? So we monitor yung inlet temperature and the RPM. So it's indicative of high-speed conditions or high-speed performance. Ito yung mga higher RPM na, mga nagkakarera na. No? So, or yun, under high-speed conditions. So itong research octane tsaka motor octane number para makuha mo yung pinaka overall, no, performance, ina-average yan silang dalawa, no? So the spread between two numbers, the MON and RON, is known as the fuel sensitivity, or also known as the, ano yan, no? Pag in-average mo yan, also known as the anti-knock index, okay? Or the pump octane number. Pump octane number kasi yung nag-a-appear sa, ano eh, sa dispenser, di ba? Yung 91, 93, 97, 95. So that's the ACI, no, or anti-knock index or pump octane number. It's an average, simple average ng dalawa. Okay? And syempre, the research octane number is lower than the motor octane number. Okay, so the higher the octane number, the better, syempre. Pero the more expensive, obviously. So, by experience, makikita nyo naman yung difference ng presyo ng dalawa. For example, sa Petron, tama. Magkano yung presyo ng price difference ng extra unleaded sa XCS? Nasa ano na? Mabot naman ng 5 pesos ngayon, mga nasa 3 pesos. No? Mga ganun difference. Sino nakakakiling ng nagpagas dyan? Abot ba 3 pesos? 2 pesos. Pero mahal pa rin eh. Kasi kung magpapakarga ka ng ano, O, mga 10 liters. 10 liters. Ay, malaki din yung different. Ay, hindi naman ganun kalaki. Pero, ayun. Kung magpapa-full tank, medyo, ano na yan, significant. No? So, again, one is higher than one. Yeah, tapos na tayo. Okay? Yan. Pumunta naman tayo doon sa gasoline engine performance. So, I'm pretty sure when you present your papers, no, mamaya babalikan ko yung submission nyo, we'll be discussing similar graphs, no, or test curves or performance curves in your report, no. Pero syempre, gearing towards performance ng renewable fuels kasi yun ang focus natin. Half of the discussion is on renewable fuels. So, but this is just the typical test curves. Again, this is just a typical result. Different conditions, different engines, will give you different results. So this just to provide overview, no. More or less ganito yung makikita yung tsura. But again, unique talaga, no. Especially kung medyo luma na yung engine na ginamit, no? Or iba yung size, and so on. Yung displacement, iba-iba din talaga ang nagiging result, no? So, here you can see these two plots or graphs when it comes to gasoline engine performance. Okay, so, normally, yung nasa x-axis, yung engine speed, or sometimes load, depende kasi kung ano gusto mong i-test. So, dalawa naman, normally, ang binabari mo, speed, no? At saka load. Pag meron kang mga dynamometer that you can upload load, mas okay yun, mas comprehensive yung performance test mo. But this one is station, nasa engine speed, no? So, nasa x-axis yan, yun yung kinokontrol mo by intervals, no? So, sa sasakyan, di ba? Ano yan? Parang per 1,000, di ba? 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, yun. Pero syempre, may mga in-between. Let's say, for example, sa idle RPM ng sasakyan, anong idle RPM nyo? Nasa anong RPM kapag naka-idle? Nakakapag-idle ba kayo ng 600 RPM? Kaya nyo bang mag-idle ng 600 RPM? Sa kotse siguro, no? Baka pwede. Yan, 800. Nasa 800 RPM. Typical, yan. Nasa 1,000, medyo makonsumo na yun. Okay, pero pag tinakbo na muna siya ng, let's say, regular normal road condition, nasa 60 kilometers per hour, ano na nasa RPM nun? Nasa, 60, typical 60. So, parang pataas ng pataas yan eh. Diba? Habang bumibilis ka, tumataas yung RPM mo. So, pag nasa 60, mga nasa 2,000 RPM, pag mga nasa 100 ka na sa kph, no? Nasa 3,000 RPM ka. So, pataas ng pataas, yung kung pabilis ka ng pabilis. Okay? In a testing condition, in an engine test bed, yun din, no? You can throttle your engine to increase the RPM. And then you observe. Yan. So, may mga sensors yan. Yung engine test bed, may mga iba't ibang sensors yan to measure yung conditions, no, sa engine mo, no? Even yung exhaust. You will see later yung mga presentation yung may mga emission test din na ginagawa. So in on the left side, itong left graph, you can see the, ayan, as you saan muna tayo? Doon muna tayo sa mga, ayan, IP, BP, and FP. IP is the indicative power, BP is the brake power, yung indicative Parang theoretical power, parang ganun. Yung nasa sa piston, brake power yung actual power o yung actual power na binibigay ng brake power. And then FP is the frictional power, may power loss due to friction. Okay, but yung profile nila, as you increase the engine speed, itong mga brake power, indicative power, and frictional power increases as well. Okay, although iba yung behavior ng isa, no? Medyo nagpa-plateau na. For brake power, medyo nagpa-plateau na at very high engine speed. So, bisin hanggang doon na lang yung kaya niyang ibigay na power, actual power. Ano? Torque, no? Ganun din. Sa lower engine speed, malakas ang torque, malakas ang hatak. No? Pero at higher engine speed, medyo bumababa ang hatak, bumababa ang torque natin. So, obvious naman yan. No? Kaya, pag mga akyatan, hindi pwedeng high speed. Low speed ka lang kasi kailangan mong umatak. So, na-experience naman natin yun. Okay, this is double y-axis, ano? Yung torque is, you use yung sa torque curves dito sa right side ng y-axis. Okay, so marami pa yan, iba-iba pa yung representation. Later, may kita niyo yung pagkakaiba ng mga presentation. But this is just a typical way of analyzing the performance of a gasoline engine or a gasoline fuel in engines. Okay? So, other than the power na sa performance, siyempre tinitingnan din natin yung efficiency. No? Sulit ba ang kinakarga mo, no, sa binibigay niyang power? Okay. So, inaaral din natin yan, yung mga fuel consumption. Okay? So, in terms of fuel consumption, obviously, if you increase your speed, tumataas din ang consumption. However, what we are interested is yung sinasabi din ng brake-specific fuel consumption. Habang kukonsumo ka, gaano ba kalaki yung power na napoproduce niya? So, that's getting towards efficiency. No? If you will read the graph, you will notice if your engine is really very efficient, hindi masyadong nag-iiba yung kanyang fuel consumption. So, based dito sa profile, you can see na medyo plateau siya, no? Flat siya all throughout the engine speed. So, ibig sabihin, ganun siya ka-efficient. No? Mababa man yung kanyang RPM, mataas man, yung dinideliver niya na power, no, ay consistent. Okay, parang hindi siya nawawalan. But in reality, this is, well, not the case, no? Especially kapag medyo luma na yung makina, no? Nag-iba na yung profile ng ating brake-specific fuel consumption. Makikita niyo yan sa presentation. Marami tayong makikitang mga profile. And different engines will have, even though they're the same type of engine, no, but different engine will give you different results. Also with different types of fuel, no, maraming it's a complex data, but ang importante doon is how to interpret the results. No? How will you analyze causes, no, or reasons why those behavior happen, you know? So, yun yung critical sa analysis ng data. Okay? So, yan lang, example lang yan. Yung mga represent yung obviously magiging iba, no? Siya. Pwedeng pareho, pwedeng iba. Okay? Hindi ko pa discuss dito yung sa emission. So, ibang storya pa yung emission. Ang emission kasi is, mas crucial sa diesel. For gasoline, naman din naman. Pero, medyo consistent kasi ang gasoline. Ang ano dyan is yung sa renewables. Kaya palagi rin chine-check yung emission characteristics ng mga renewable fuels kasi iba-ibang chemicals na rin yun, no? Iba-ibang compounds. So, obviously, it might affect the emission characteristics. So, chinecheck din yun, kasabay ng performance. Now, this is an example of a comparison between gasoline fuel and LPG. Diba? Naalala nyo, sumikat dati yung mga LPG taxi. No? So, pag tingnan mo, in terms of power produced versus engine speed, hindi sila masyado nagkakalayo. No? That's the reason why the government used to promote the conversion of taxis to LPG, no? LPG fuel. Kasi similar yung performance niya sa LPG. Slightly higher, no? Then, may mga certain advantages. Okay? Kaya lang yun. May mga advantages and disadvantages. Yung time na yun kasi ata parang nagmurang LPG, yung gasoline medyo mahal. Malaking production ni LPG. So, hanap sila ng paano. And syempre, probably more efficient. So, kita naman na dito, no? Sa right side, you compare brake-specific fuel consumption of LPG to the very similar pa rin, but slightly higher naman, no? So, yung gasoline, medyo malakas ang power na ibibigay, but LPG is more efficient. Okay, so, pound per pound. Kasi nga, mas madali siya masunog di ba? Shorter hydrocarbon chain. So, lesser oxygen requirement. So, combust. So, in terms of combustion efficiency, no, combustion, mas mataas talaga. Mas madaling masunog si LPG compared to gasoline. So, you get parang pound per pound nga, yung carbon to energy. Okay, kaya especially at higher engine speed, na di-differentiate mo na siya, no? So, 2,000 RPM by the 3,000 RPM and higher, you can see the difference between LPG and gasoline. So, parang lumalabas, mataas ang anong klaseng octane rating ang tawag natin, or octane number.
Cetane.
Anong klaseng octane number yon at higher engine speeds?
Cetane.
Kasi at lower engine speed, halos pareho lang sila, right? But at higher engine speed, nakikita mo yung difference. So, kung kukunin mo yung octane number nitong dalawang to, gasoline versus LPG. So, si LPG ay may anong klaseng octane number ba yun at higher speeds? If you recall kanina, dalawa yun, di ba? Isang RON at saka isang MON. So, in this case, lumamang si LPG, no? Sa anong octane number? Pag high speed, ano yun? Limutan yun agad. Anong rating yun? So, mas mataas si LPG sa MON, no? So, motor octane number. So, kung in-average mo pa rin, overall, di ba, sabi natin, yung anti-knock index is the average ng MON and RON. So, kung in-average mo yan, mas mataas pa rin talaga si LPG, no? In terms of octane rating. Kasi sa research octane number, halos pareho din sila. Okay, so dito lang muna tayo tutuloy ko yung diesel next meeting. Bago mag-Holy Week yun, ano? Kailan ba Holy Week? Holy Week, para sa I intend to review all your submissions bago mag-Holy Week. Para sa Holy Week na prepare kayo ng PowerPoint presentation ninyo. Tapos After Holy Week, mag-exam tayo. Ay, ano? Tapos, ano kaya ito? Hindi, meeting pa tayo next week eh. Matapos ko to. Matapos ko tong lecture na to. Hanggang kailan ba ang SEM natin? Kailan na ating semester? Pero marami-rami pa naman ang weeks natin, eh, no? Meron kayong calendar dyan.
May 30 pa.
Hanggang May 30 pa tayo. So, mga pa pala. Check ko. Dito eh. Second SEM. April. Ano ba? Okay. Mga pa nga. So, yung mapa pa tayo. Final exam is May 20. Mga pa, marami pa tayong time. Hey, sige. Tama lang yan. So, yun ang plan. By April 12, dapat na-review ko na lahat ng mga submissions niyo para Holy Week. Holy Week is 14 to 20. Pwede kayong magawa na ng inyong mga presentation. Tapos, 26 ay exam tayo. Sa Taguig ha. Sa TUP Taguig tayo. Mag-exam. On April 26. So, next week tapusin ko itong lecture on fossil fuels. Okay? Okay. Any question? Clarification?
Sir, question po, sir.
Sige.
Kasi yung LPG, sir, na taxi doon, naging sikat siya. Bakit bigla pong nawala? Parang napansin ko na lang, wala nang binibenta masyado LPG. Sa motive. Ano nangyari ito kaya?
Siguro, may mga issues kasi before na yung sa storage. Kasi nga, pag improperly stored, madali din silang subinga. So, tapos yung conversion kit, diba kailangan meron kang mag-invest ka sa conversion kit. Tapos, ayun, safety din na, siguro nagreklamo sila yung amoy, kasi nga, gas yan eh. So, kung hindi properly maintained din yung sasakyan, possible na sumisigaw din siya and so on. So, may probably maintenance issue and storage. Yun. Aside from the price, obviously. Kasi, nagmahal na rin. Nagmahal o totoo yun.
Mahabol siya.
Nagmahal na rin. Kaya, ganun. Just like Jetropa, di ba? Nag-invest ng ilang billion sa Jetropa. Then, nag-boom. So, ganun. Mga ganun talagang exploration ang Pilipinas. Which is medyo normal naman. Okay? Sige, anything else? Ay, si Sir Aledja, Sir Ramil. May message ako sa'yo ha. Balak pala namin bumisita sa sa Cavite ng April. Sir, may message ako sa'yo. Sa co-op nyo, pag-interview kami sa inyo sa co-op. May message ako sa'yo later. Sige. Okay. Ano pa? May question? Clarification? Wala na? Okay, sige. Kung wala na, I'll end our meeting for today. I'll go back to your submission. May mga iba naman na na-approve na eh. So yung mga na-approve na, pwede naman na kayong mag-prepare ng presentation. Unless hindi kayo satisfied dun sa paper, you can resubmit. But if it's been approved, you can start preparing. Again, ang tip ko doon na make it visual, yung introduction na full of text, be creative, no? Yung mga ideas or concepts na nakadiscuss doon sa introduction, try to find way on how to visualize those information. Okay? So, tinitingnan natin pagdating sa presentation. Obviously, yung discussion of data and results, nandun naman na yun sa paper eh. So, kukunin mo na lang yung figures doon. But for the introduction part, medyo critical din yun. You have to make sure that the idea is properly conveyed visually. Okay? So, sige. So, yun lang yung tip ko dun sa inyo na ayusin nyo even dun sa start mo. Don't forget the objectives, obviously. Okay? Sige. So, if there are no more questions, I'll see you next meeting. No? Just wait for my announcement or feedback doon sa inyong paper submissions. Okay? Sige, sige.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you, sir.